Hello, beautiful souls. I have come on today to talk about the current transit, the gene key we are in as gene key 30. And this transit is still ongoing for the next few days. I'm making this video on the 15th of February and it goes until the 18th, I believe, depending on where you are in the world. Now, what's so interesting about this gene key and what it can be bringing up within you at this time is it's the process from the shadow of desire to the city of rapture. And how this occurs is through lightness. And I don't base these insights and sharings by what Richard Rudd says. I do listen to his talk about it and then allow it to come forward in the way that it wishes to be expressed. And the way that this is being expressed currently that you may be experiencing is on this spiritual journey, we can be really traveling through, the belief of, or even the practice of doing away with desire. Now, desire in itself is a paradox because all of creation has been birthed from consciousness desiring to witness itself. And, we are the result of that desire. Desire is how creation began, and it is actually how manifestation takes form. All parts of life, all beings, all creatures, everything you see is from desire. So it's certainly not our role to do away with desire. However, it depends on the type of desire and what it is fulfilling within us. See, there's a bit of a misconception about desire and what it actually means and where it's actually coming from. Because when we talk about the beauty of desire, it is this creation space. It is the birthplace of what brings an idea into fruition. However, what we often perceive as desire and what the traditional spiritual teachings are talking about doing away with desire is a bodily requirement to fulfill a specific sensation. And why they encourage this is to allow ourselves to be able to receive what we need purely through our own body in our own way without the need of external resources. Now, this is what they're talking about when they're saying to do away with desire. It isn't not wanting something. It isn't not desiring to change something. It isn't not taking action. In fact, it's the opposite. So when we're speaking about desire in this current gene key, some of the things that we may be transitioning through right now are realizing the guilt that we put on ourselves for often doing the things that we really like doing. And I don't mean the bodily sensation seeking from external influence like, alcohol or substance or any of those sort of things. I'm talking about love. I'm talking about pleasure of the bodily senses. I'm talking about the feeling of, somebody whispering in your ear or somebody kissing you, or perhaps the feeling of the ocean engulfing your body, or, the feeling of the wind blowing through your hair. Now, what's really interesting is when we're traveling through this gene key, what it's specifically asking for us to know and see is that rapture is the city. And what that means is that's the spiritual gift. And the only way we can receive this city is by completely surrendering into that which we desire. And remember, this isn't the bodily external sensation of desire. This is what fills us what we hold ourselves away from, believing that we cannot have it, that we should not have it, that we cannot obtain it, that we don't deserve it, that we're not worthy of it. And the fascinating thing about this is the realization, it's actually really hard, which is why the city is called Rapture. It is really hard to allow ourselves to actually receive that which we are always worthy of and always have been worthy of, which is the sensations that are possible within this body from just our own innate life force, from our beautiful gifts of being able to feel, to taste, to touch, to hear, to see. Yet we keep ourselves from this. We keep ourselves from this with judgment and you know, it even goes further than that, of the belief of that we shouldn't do it. We shouldn't be enjoying ourselves. And it seems crazy, right? But it's true. It's really true. And that's why this city being called Rapture is so incredible, because that's what it feels like. It feels like rapture when you experience the surrender of the actualization of this desire, which is the shadow. And the only way you can get to the rapture is through the shadow. So, if you're experiencing turmoil at this time, I suggest and encourage that sitting with yourself and just allowing the sensations to be felt within your body. What do they feel like? Allowing and acknowledging, no matter what they are. And that's what it is to be human. That's what it is to be here traveling through this amazing experience. And allowing that intense rapture of realization that you're worthy of it all, and that it's all been right here the whole time for you to access. We've just got to let it in. I hope this helps.